dyed wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like a divine grass.
Now, Eva, what color is grass? So I knew you were going to say that. Not grass that you cut in the yard, but brass. B-R-A-S-S. What color is brass? Like a penny. What color is that? Copper, which is a similar element. What color is brass? You know? There you go. So the Bible is saying Christ's feet was like fine brass, which is brown. But watch this.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So now, if you took something and you burned it in a furnace, what color is it? If you burn it. Black. Yes. So now, are you making sure your feet are the same color as your arms and your face, right? This is describing Christ's feet. He says his feet was like brass, but like they was burned. So he'd be very, very dark. With woolly hair just like yours. You understand? My brother, you with me? This is our history right here. Read it 46 again.
Verse 46.
This is the key about that curse we read about going into slavery on ships. Watch this.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Now, a sign. These things will be upon the children of Israel for a sign. What does a sign do for us? Right. So now, that curse is a sign. Watch this.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
These signs will be upon your children forever. So like I said, you can look in world history. Well, what nations went into slavery on ships and were sold when they got off the ships? Well, clear, it happened to us. You understand? So that identifies us as the Israelites. That's a sign to identify us as the Israelites. You understand? Now, my sister, I was asking my brothers earlier. He said he grew up in Islam. What religion did you grow up in? Right here in front of me with the yellow. What religion? Huh? I can't hear you. What about you, sis? What religion? Right. Most of us did, but what denomination? Baptist. What about you? Christian. Was it Baptist? Pentecostal? Now, I want to show y'all something about, read 48 one more time.
Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Remember, it's talking about the same history. When you get out those ships, you would have to serve your enemies. Watch this.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So for food, you have to serve your enemy.
And in thirst.
For water, you have to serve your enemy.
And in nakedness.
For clothes on your body, you have to serve your enemy. Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
So want of all things meaning the lack of everything. So now, if in slavery, if you wanted to understand what God or how to serve God, who taught it to you? Your enemies taught you how to serve God. And guess what they taught you? Baptist, Pentecostal, Presbyterian, Catholicism. And guess what that God looked like? It looked just like them. That's how we got the images at the bottom. We got them in slavery. We got these images in slavery. Now I want to ask you a question. Does the Bible, appreciate you, does the Bible, my sister, listen. I knew she was going to run with that. Hey, I want to ask you something. I knew he was about to run. Does the Bible back up that image? Okay, so where can we read the true image in the Bible? Where can we read that? All right, I'm going to get it for y'all real quick. Revelation 1:14. Don't go nowhere. Read this.
Revelation chapter.
You know why? This is like shocking stuff to our people. And it sounds strange. It sounds like, okay, are they preaching hate? No. This isn't hate. Remember, Christ says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. That's what this is right here. Read. Revelation 1.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14.
Listen good.
Verse 14. Read. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now, do these images have white woolly hair? This is John the Revelator recording now what he's seeing with his eyes. His head and his hairs will be white like wool. None of these have these white woolly hair. Now, who has woolly hair on the planet?
Sheep.
Who? What people have sheep hair?
Oh, black.
Right. Look at your beard, bro. That's it right there. That's the same beard Christ had. My sister, what people have woolly hair? We do. This is describing Jesus Christ. Read again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Because it was a little bit later on in life. It says, as white as snow. Like I got white coming in right here. Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now let's talk about the whites of his eyes. Give me the real image. The whites of his eyes will be red as a flame of fire. But why? What was Christ's first miracle? Yep. 100%. You're on point. So now he turned water into wine. Now notice, let me ask you something. Have you ever heard it's a sin to drink? You ever heard that? No, you ever heard it's a sin to drink? I have. Right? I grew up thinking that.
Right.
But if Christ turned water into wine, why would that be a sin?
Right.
It's not a sin. Give me that in Matthew 11 real quick. You got it? Well, matter of fact, Genesis. I'll take that one. Read.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
His what?
His eyes shall be red with wine.
Now, sis, I want you to focus. Read it again. Look at where we're at in the Bible. We're in the beginning of the Bible. Genesis chapter 49. Moses recorded down that Christ, when he would come in the future, his eyes will be red with wine. Read it again.
His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.
And his teeth will be white. That's what I'm saying. That. So you read about a black man with white teeth, just like you. Go back to Revelation 1. Read it again.
Revelation 1 verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it's saying the hair on his head and his beard will be white and woolly. Go ahead.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Why? Why? Because he drank wine in moderation. He was not a drunkard, but he drank wine. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now, my sister, I can look at your feet and tell what color your face is. John looked down at Christ's feet. He says his feet was like fine brass. What color is brass? Brown. You agree? John said his feet was like fine brass, but what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
So now, if I took her feet and I burned them in a furnace, would it get lighter or darker? Right. So again, you can look at her feet and tell what color her face is. The Bible is saying Christ's feet looked like they were burned in a furnace.
Right.
So he would be very, very dark like you. Darker than you. You understand? That's a black man.
That's right.
With woolly hair, just like you. So now, I want to ask you something. Just like I... Say again?
Who you describe?
Jesus Christ, the black Messiah. Now that you grew up in Islam, I'm going to deal with that right now.
Yeah.
Give me Deuteronomy 28:64. Now remember, we came here on ships. Our enemies taught us false religions, like she was taught Baptist. What you grew up in? Baptist. A lot of our brothers, like the Hispanic brother, he was Catholic. Say again?
Where's the Louisiana come from? We want supposed to be here.
You got a question? All right. 28:64. Watch this. What's your name again?
They call me Dilly.
Dilly?
Yeah.
All right. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Remember, this is a sign to identify the Israelites. They were scattered amongst all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. Go ahead.
There thou shalt serve other gods.
We will serve what?
Other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Now, my brother, it says we would serve in captivity. We would serve other gods that our fathers did not know, huh?
It's only one God.
Right. It's only one true God. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you an example. Look,
We got Ra, we got the sun God.
my brother, look at the bottom of the sign. Did our people serve that God in slavery?
But you don't hear about Zeus and them in the Bible though.
I ain't dealing with Zeus right now. I want you to stick to my point.
You see Ra,
Did our people serve this God in slavery? Yes, we did. That's why you thought this was Jesus. You never thought this was Jesus? Yes, you did. He thought it was Jesus too. We all thought it was Jesus. We served this God in slavery. We were brainwashed. That's the point. That's what this is talking about. Read it again for them. Listen.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end.
Now notice it says he will scatter you amongst all people. Now, when we were scattered amongst the white man, they gave us what God? What God did they give us?
White man.
Okay. Now, when we were scattered amongst the Chinese, what God would they give us? Buddhism. When we were scattered amongst the Arabs, what God would they give us? There you go. There you go. Now, because that's what this is going into right here. Read it again, Phil.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
All people. Read on.
And there thou shalt.
And there, when you're in captivity amongst those nations, go ahead.
Thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
And that's a little g. You will serve other gods with a little g. It's not the one true God. Other idols. Go ahead.
Even wood and stone.
Now guess what that wood is representing? That wood is representing the cross, which would be what? Christianity.
That's right.
That's another God. That's another God. That's not what the Bible describes. Guess what the wood represents? It says you will serve wood and stone. Guess what that stone represents?
What is it?
Oh, when you have to go to Mecca to do your Hajj, what do you have to go present yourself before?
Right.
The Kaaba stone. It's a black stone. You ever heard of it? Yeah, you never heard of that? Yes. Look it up. You got your phone? Right, you know about it. That's what this is talking about. Read it again, Phil.
And the Lord shall scatter.
What we're reading, my brother, what we're reading right now is a biblical curse that would happen to our people. Read it again, Phil.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
Notice, this is one thing I want y'all to remember. This is a curse. This is not a good thing. You will serve other gods, right? Good.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Now, this is, can you give me another image where you can actually see it? This is a representation, right? You have millions of people around that square. The black rock is in the middle of that. Give me the image of the actual rock. Even wood and stone. Now, he know what I'm talking about. You never heard of it, but notice you're in Islam, but you don't really know like what you're worshiping. Guess what? It was the same thing for us in Christianity. Because guess what? The Bible never said Jesus is a white man, but we thought it. You understand? You got it? Just type in black stone. Yeah, that's it right there. Matter of fact, go back. That was it. I saw it. Right there. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. So remember you saw the other image of the big building. That is in the corner of that particular block. And people go there and they kiss it. They kiss this thing. That's a stone. You understand? That's one of the key points of reference in Islam. That's what they worship right there, a rock. You said what?
I think Jesus walked over here.
I mean, okay, you can say that. Yeah, he created the whole earth. So, what do you say?
I said, where did the stone come from?
Where did it come from? Yeah. They say it fell from heaven, but that's a damn lie.
Right.
Okay, read it again. They say it's like a meteorite, holy stone fell from heaven, something like that. But regardless, the Bible says, huh?
Space is heaven.
There's different. Yes, it is.
So it's a fallen angel.
What, the rock?
Yeah.
No. You gotta remember, this is a false god. That's the point. Read it again, man.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
That's the point. Your fathers didn't even know these guys. We didn't know them guys, but we were taught that from our enemies when they oppressed us. Okay?
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. So we would serve wood gods, representing Christianity, and stone gods going into Islam and Buddhism and all those other deities. False gods. Give me Psalms 96 and 5. Psalms 96 and 5. What's going on, brother? What tribe you come from? Your father's Native American? Your father? What's your father? Huh?
I don't know my father.
You You don't know him. Okay. Read this.
Psalm chapter 96 and verse 5.
Bring it
Now,
out.
my brother, listen. Even if you don't know him, it's fine. What we're going over is our history out of the Bible, right? You identify this as a part of our history. We were on ships. We had yokes of iron on our necks. You remember that? All these things were prophesied to happen to the Israelites, God's chosen people. Now read this right here.
For all the gods of the nations,
Listen to this. All the what?
all the gods of the nations are idols.
What is Buddhism?
Idols.
What is Christianity?
Idols.
What is Islam?
Idols.
You hear that? It says all the gods of the other nations are idols. You understand? That's what they are. What religion did you grow up in? Christian. And guess what you were taught? Like we just referenced, look at the bottom of that sign over here. Weren't you taught that that's what Jesus looked like over here?
Oh, yeah.
You were taught that. Is that true?
No, can't be.
It can't be. Why? Why you say it?
Because the way they describe it does not look like that the way they describe it in the Bible.
How does it describe her?
It's like skin of bronze, hair of wool.
Right, right. Can she, how old is she?
Cool.
4. Hey, how you doing? Who is this down here? Who is that? You see what she said? Now, where'd she get that from? She got it from you.
Well, I didn't say that was him, right? When we go to church, I never said that was him. She asked me. I said, we don't know if that's what he really looks like.
Okay, so now, what's her name? What's your name?
Eva.
Eva. Okay, Eva. It's like Eve in the Bible. Okay, I want to read it for her so she can get it in her mind. Revelation 1. My brother, we're going to read it right now. Listen good. I want you to listen to this. Revelation 1:14. If you ever want to know what Jesus looks like, we're about to read it right now. Okay, watch this.
Revelation.
Hey, Holy App, bring me the sign, the real one, so she can see it.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now look at this. The Bible says, this is John writing this down. John walked with Christ. They were friends. He was a disciple of Christ. He said, when I saw him, his head and his hairs were white like wool. Now, do you know what texture woolly hair is? You don't know? Do this right here. Do this. That's woolly. You have the same hair that Christ has. Exact same. That's woolly. Read again.
His head and his hairs.
Now it said his head and his hairs. You don't have a beard. You're a little sister, right? You're not going to grow a beard. Christ was a man. He had a beard like me. So it said his head and his hairs were white like wool. Go ahead.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now look, it was fully white. Eva, look. It was fully white. Now look at these images. Eva, do these have white woolly hair at all? They do not. So this is not the truth. This is a lie. Okay, they don't have white woolly hair. We're reading out of the Bible what it looked like. Read again for her.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Hey, my brother, where you going? But look, listen, you in Islam, you an Israelite. That's not our religion. That's a false God. That's a false deity. You got to come back as an Israelite. Keep God's commandments. Our information is on the fly. Check us out, all right? So now, read again for Eva.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
See that, Eva? Just like your hair. He had the same hair you got, and like your mother, okay?
As white as snow.
But it was fully white because he was a little bit older in life. This is around 96 AD. He was a little bit older. It said his hair was white like wool. You see my white hair coming in? Christ was fully white at that time. Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now let's talk about the whites of his eyes was red. What was Christ's first miracle, Mom? What did he do?
Turn the water to wine.
Right. You ever heard that drinking wine is a sin? You never heard it? I was taught that. But Christ turned water into wine. When you drink wine, the whites of your eyes turn red. We're going to read the prophecy right now. Oh yeah, give me that one. I'll read that. I'll take that one. We already read Genesis 49. 11:19. Watch this. Christ turned water into wine, and guess what? They drank the wine. Read this.
Matthew chapter 11 and verse 19. The Son of Man came eating and drinking.
The Son of Man is talking about Christ himself. He says he came eating and drinking. Go ahead.
And they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a wine bibbler.
They called him what?
A wine bibbler.
A wine bibber. They called him a wine bibber because they always say, hey, this guy drinking wine. It wasn't a sin, but when you drink, the whites of your eyes turn red. Now, that's what the scripture's talking about. Go back to Revelation 1. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
Now, Eva, what color is brass? So I knew you was going to say that. Not grass that you cut in the yard, but brass. B-R-A-S-S. What color is brass?
Like a penny.
Like a penny. What color is that? Copper, which is a similar element. What color is brass? You know? There you go. So the Bible is saying Christ's feet was like fine brass, which is brown. But watch this.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So now, if you took something and you burned it in a furnace, what color would it get? If you burned it? Black. Yes. So now, you look at your feet. Your feet are the same color as your arms and your face, right? This is describing Christ's feet. He says his feet was like brass, but like they was burned. So he'd be very, very dark with woolly hair just like yours. You understand? Christ was a black man. Now, give me that in Daniel 10. Let me back it up again. Yes, Christ is a black man.
Yes,
we got to stop with the lies in Babylon the Great. Christ is a so-called black man. Read this right here.
Daniel chapter 10 and verse 6. Yeah. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire.
Go ahead. Watch this.
And his arms.
His what?
His arms and his feet like color to polished brass.
Read it again. His arms what?
His arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
You hear that, Eva? It says his arms and his feet were like in color to polished brass. That's brown, like it was burned in a furnace. That's what it's talking about. Now, Matthew 15:24. I want to ask you something, because many of us came up in Christianity. Now that we know that Christ is a black man, biblically speaking, did he come to save all nations?
No.
He said no. My brother right here. Did Christ come to save all nations? All right, I'm going to skip you. What do you say? The chosen ones. But guess what? They taught with this image that he came to save everybody. Now, read 15:24.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
What's that mean? You don't know? Read it again.
But he answered and said,
Christ answered and said, good.
I am not sent.
Would not be sent, good.
But unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Meaning what? He's only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Yes.
He's only sent for his people. So now understanding what he looks like, and he says, I'm only sent for my people, we know who he's sent for. That's easy to be understood. You understand? Now, give me Deuteronomy 22:5. No, John 14:15. I'm going to start there. How do you love God?
Through myself.
Huh?
I love him through myself.
But how? How do you love him?
Through my spirit.
Through your spirit? What do you say?
Your relationship, or having a relationship, or reading the word.
Reading the word, having a relationship. He says through my spirit. But if we were to tell others, like for example, the gospel means good news, right? If you're gonna go tell others, hey, this is how you love God, well, you're gonna say you gotta love God with your spirit. What does that mean though?
Love yourself.
Love yourself? How would I define that? You see how it's very vague, right? Watch what Christ says right here. Read.
John chapter 14 and verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments.
What did Christ say?
If you love me, keep my commandments.
Now you got to think about what he looks like. This is a black man with woolly hair. He says, sis, if you love me, do what? Keep his commandments. Okay, now, let's get them. Let's give me one. Deuteronomy 22:5. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
What's that talking about? What do women wear today that pertain to men?
Pants.
Yeah. That's what this is talking about. Read it again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Notice it says the woman shall not. So it's a commandment. Remember Christ says, if you love me, keep my commandments. This is not optional. Read it again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So now think about it. When you go to a restroom and you're going to take your daughter in there, let's say there's no words, it's just pictures. What does the women's side have versus the men's side? The men have what? It's easy, right? Read it again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. Because if we were out here in dresses and skirts, you'd be looking at us like, these guys is bugged out. They crazy. Okay? But they taught us, sis, in society, no, these are women pants. Now what you have on, those are called tights, right? Believe it or not, those are considered underwear.
Right.
That's what they are. So those are okay to wear under your dress as underwear. That's an undergarment. That's exactly what it is. Read it again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
You hear what it says? If you do that, you're an abomination unto God.
Right.
Which means what? If you're abominable to God, does that mean you have a relationship with him? No. But they taught us in the Christian church, just come as you are. Just believe. He died for everybody's sins, and just believe, just believe. They don't teach no laws, but meanwhile Christ says, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's what Christ said. They don't teach the commandments. You know why? Because it's imperative for them to stay in rulership, we have to be in sin. Give me that in Judas. Let's prove that. In order for the other nations to continue ruling over us, they have to keep us in sin. That's the key component. I want you to read this, or hear this. Watch this.
Judas chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
Now listen what it says, sis. If there be any error in this people, go ahead.
And they sin against their God.
They what?
They sin against their God.
Notice it says, if they sin against their God. This is a Ammonite, a so-called Japanese man. He's saying, listen, I know their history. If they sin against their God, good,
let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
You hear that, sis?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So that's considered like they're killing themselves, kind of like you're destroying yourself.
Essentially, if there is sin, that's going to be their ruin, right? Watch this.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
See what it says? If there is sin, that's going to be their ruin, and we can overcome them. We can keep them on the bottom. We can rule over them, oppress them, colonize them, steal all their resources. Go ahead.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
but if they're keeping God's commandments, they're not in sin. Read.
Let my Lord now pass by.
Read on.
Lest their Lord defend them.
That's what?
Lest their Lord defend them.
That's the key. He's only going to defend us when he sees us applying his commandments. And they know that. The nations know that. Read on.
And their God be for them.
And their God will be for them. Like, for example, what happened in Egypt, ancient Egypt? What did he do to the Egyptians? That was for a particular purpose.
40 years, right? They were slaves for 40 years or something like that?
400 years.
400.
So now what did God do to the Egyptians?
Come on.
The locusts. Is that it? Oh, the flood. I don't know.
Okay, you mentioned the locusts, you mentioned the flood. The flood meaning the Red Sea. That's what you're talking about. So as the Israelites went through on dry land and the Egyptians followed behind them, what happened to them? The Lord drowned them. He killed them. That's the Lord defending us. That shows you right there he's not for all nations. Why would he kill? Now the Egyptians.
Right, and I used to think about that.
The Egyptians are a black race of people. I want you to understand that. It's not a color thing. Those are black people just like the Israelites. but they're not the same people.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.